According to new reports, many Republican donors are already getting sick of the constant fighting between Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis, even though it's really been a one-sided fight, right? DeSantis has only fired back once or twice, and even then it's been a very weak shot because he's a very weak man. But donors are looking at this, feud between Trump and DeSantis, and they're not happy. They're not enjoying this at all. And it's funny because a lot of these donors had already kind of moved over to Ron DeSantis, and now they're like, we're kind of sick of the guy. We're very sick of Donald Trump. Now we're getting sick of DeSantis. And many Republican strategists out there are talking to the media saying, listen, we're talking to donors all the time because that's, our base of the Republican Party. They want somebody else. At this point, they want anybody else. So let me read a couple of these quotes. The 2024 primary will be a Trump-DeSantis slugfest through the fall. Then, if exhaustion sets in, there will probably be an opening for one or two candidates to get the bright lights on them before Iowa. It's according to one Republican strategist who managed Bob Dole's 1996 presidential campaign. Another GOP strategist who led a super PAC for Jeb Bush, said, my gut feeling is don't count out some of the others. There's nothing wrong and everything right with surging on September 20th, not now, when the Iowa caucus's electorate starts to finally tune in, which doesn't really happen until the winter of this year. Another one says, what I'm hearing in the donor class is that we absolutely want to win this time. This is not about running your favorite horse for reasons of pride. And yet another Republican strategist, actually this one is also a corporate financier, says, I think it will shape up once things with Trump settle down. I voted for him twice and I won't vote for him again. He will not get my vote. It's time to move on. So a lot of these strategists, the donors, they're saying, hey, whoa, slow down, folks. I know all the big spotlights right now are on Trump and DeSantis and the nonstop fights that Trump is picking with DeSantis and the accusations that Trump is throwing at DeSantis, and of course the fact that DeSantis' horrible record in the state of Florida is now finally starting to be exposed. We get that, but just know there's going to be other people, right? I mean, we're going to have other candidates, so maybe don't hold your breath right now because trust me, there's going to be people coming up. They're waiting in the wings. They're going to come in and steal this whole thing, and who knows what will happen from that point. And that is entirely possible. Obviously, right now, especially in those early caucus and primary states, Trump and DeSantis are the top two, but that can also change. At one point in the Republican primary in 2015-2016, Ben Carson was the front runner. At one point, Carly Fiorina was the front runner. So whoever the front runner is right now really doesn't matter because things will change. There's still plenty of time for a, dark horse candidate who nobody saw coming to jump in and steal this thing. Probably not going to be somebody like Ted Cruz. It could be a Chris Sununu. It could be a Chris Christie. It could be a Dan Crenshaw. There's lots of different options out there for the Republican Party, and that's what the donors are holding their breath for. But just remember, these donors typically don't just stay silent. If they're out there saying, hey, there's going to be other people with a wink and a nod, it's probably because those donors and those strategists are already out there talking to those people, trying to convince them to run.
This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.